Hello everyone. This is my presentation for the weeknight discussion leader, which is to the methods news in China. And my name is Tao Liu. The discourse surrounding Chinese media and its transformation in terms of form and purposes is intensive. A closer analysis of the Chinese society reveals their zeal to acquire information in all forms and the importance placed on the media forms by the Communist Party. I noticed that the Chinese people have always valued information. They like to acquire it in all forms. Additionally, the Communist Party understood the importance of controlling the narrative, invested heavily in propaganda. The initial forms of conveying information among the locals were through narratives and storytelling. Cultural forms of expression were transformed into useful sources that served the Communist Party's political, economic, and also the social purposes. Through the incorporation of these forms of expression that were highly valued by the locals, the Communist Party aims to build trust and confidence within the communities. The value attached to this storytelling practice captured the locals' attention, as the practice were also seen as spiritual. So the party truly captured the locals through these forms. Information proved to be a vital resource that sustained the Chinese society, and its evolution process ultimately became imminent. As the hunger for information sprawled, new forms of media such as newspapers, television, and radio emerged. However, the Communist Party was not particularly thrilled because the emergence of new media destabilized their propaganda strategies. Initially, the media only circulated information regarding the party's policies, achievements, and the tensions among locals. However, the emergence of new media forms subverted these purposes. I observed that an attempt by the party to redeem its glory saw it limit the numbers of media outlets and restrict the content displayed. However, this proved difficult since the infiltration of international media outlets was inevitable and the objectives of the media shifted to incorporate commercial purposes. I noticed that the Communist Party's agenda remained forceful. However, the consumer market completely transformed as other interests emerged. The shift was not only experienced in the consumer market but also in journalists as the pressure to align with the mass choice increased. I believe that the transformation had both positive and negative impact on the media. On one hand, it encouraged the independence of the media, which had long been influenced by the Communist Party. For a long time, the party had blocked all the dissenting views of alternate forms of governance from gaining ascendancy in the public domain. Therefore, the entrance of competing forms introduced marked the independence of the media. However, I believe that the expansive nature of the media proved challenging as a new practice, such as paid journalism was introduced that tripped the scale between authentic and non-authentic information. The perceptions regarding the media information sharing practices and the authentication of information became a major challenge since the proliferation of information outlets. The media's role in directing public discourse cannot be undetermined since it has influenced the course of action on many issues. For instance, from Si Chen's research article on the case of 2012 Ningbo anti-PX protest, Chen states that the debate on climate change has received mixed reactions from the public, who feed on the different information from the multiple sources of information dispensers both at the local and also the international level. Furthermore, I believe that the politicization of environmental issues such as climate change and the many perspectives emerging regarding the issue demonstrates the crucial role that media plays in China. Moreover, China's obsession with maintaining a peaceful atmosphere to the international scene depicted different reporting techniques on crucial matters, such as environmental disputes, as compared to the international news coverage. Despite the Communist Party losing grip of the mouthpiece narrative, I believe its influence are still apparent in news reporting and media policies in China. The Chinese media provides an interesting discourse on the interrelation between the media, society, and also the political class worldwide. And at the last part, I would like to have some questions for discussion. The first one is evidently the media role as a government mouthpiece has shifted because other objectives like commercialization have overtaken it. However, the Communist Party's influence remains intact in the media. So, in what ways does this influence remain evident? The second question, storytelling played a major role as a propaganda mouthpiece for the Communist Party before urbanization shifted the rural urban demographics. In what ways did the storytelling practice influence the community? And the last question, the proliferation of media forms and outlets has led to lots of information being propagated for various purposes. What is the role of rural folk, whose voice in media seems to be consumed by this information? And that's all for my presentation. Thank you for listening.